I gave you my heart.
Yo, what's up, Pride Nation? Back at you with another one on today. This is Noble Sports Entertainment. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please make sure you subscribe. All right, guys, without further ado, we're going to talk about Detroit Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford on today in the offensive line. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, everything is predicated on this. Matthew Stafford having a breakout season this year. There's been a lot of speculation and talk about Matthew Stafford and how good he is and is he overrated and things of this nature. But what I do know, when Matthew Stafford has protection, he can carve up a lot of defenses. And I think if the Lions finally get it together on the offensive line, this is the season where we're going to have to get guys in there that can block. I'm not just wanting guys in there just because they're veterans. I want a guy that's going to be able to protect Matthew Stafford. And you, as a Detroit Lion fan, should want the same thing. You got to have guys in there that's going to protect him. You don't want guys in there that are constantly giving up sacks, constantly allowing him to be pressured a lot. Matthew Stafford has taken an ailing on his body from all of these sacks. Like last season, him playing with a broken back, and not many of us knowing that as fans. But Matthew Stafford is the type of player that still will play, even though he's playing with pain or he's hurt or he's broken something. Matthew Stafford is an Iron Man type quarterback, and he's going to keep trying to play. And it's like sometimes you want to say, Matthew, you got to sit down, man, and just sit this one out and let the backup come in and do whatever they can. But Matthew Stafford, man, he tries to will this team to victories. And, you know, he was known as the comeback kid because he would make comeback victories in the fourth quarter. But the thing this season is how good Matthew Stafford is going to be. Everything is predicated on the offensive line. It's not just Matthew Stafford. You know, when you're looking at wins and losses, you're not looking at Matthew Stafford. You're looking at the Detroit Lions as a whole. And that's something that a lot of people that talk about Matthew Stafford need to bring up. You're not just saying his wins and losses, but you're talking about the Detroit Lions wins and losses. When you're talking about wins and losses, that means that the Detroit Lions didn't make it into the playoffs or they didn't do X, Y, Z. But I believe if he's going to have success under Darrell Bevell's offense, he's going to need the protection. And I believe if Matthew gets the protection like he needs and gets a few more seconds to throw the ball, I definitely think that he's going to be able to hit his targets. I'm expecting a decent season out of Marvin Jones. I'm expecting great things out of Kenny Golladay. I'm expecting great things out of Danny Amendola and TJ Hawkinson, as well as Jesse James. I think all these weapons that Matthew Stafford's been given, this is the season where he's going to have to use everybody to be able to be at his best. And I definitely think that he's on his way to having a breakout year in 2019. If he picks up the concept, understands what he needs to do, and executes, I think sky's the limit. But everything is always going to be in the trenches. Everything is going to be in the trenches. How good this offensive line is going to be, that's the only question mark I really have the most out of every position on the team, is the offensive line. So if this offensive line comes together and they protect Matthew Stafford, you guys look out, because this guy can have a possible breakout season. And we know what 2011 was for Matthew Stafford, throwing over 5,000 yards. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to do that this year, because the offense is going to be more of a offense that is a balance-based offense with play actions and things of that nature. But it's going to look different. And you want to see him look solid. You don't want to see him throwing a lot of interceptions, but you want to see him making smart plays out there. You know, and interceptions happen from time to time, but at the same time, you want to make sure that this guy is taking care of the ball and that the offensive line is taking care of him, making sure he has the added protection that he needs to be the best that he can be for the Detroit Lions this season. I definitely think that this is the season the Detroit Lions have to wake up out of their slumber, have to come out of the den fighting, and they got to do what they need to do to start winning football games. The biggest thing that I want to see from the Detroit Lions going into training camp is the offensive line. If there's anything that I want to see get better, it's the offensive line. And I want to see the corner, who's going to be that number 2 corner. And I also want to see who's going to step up and be these linebackers. So that's going to be key for the Detroit Lions. But everything is pointing towards the offensive line. If the offensive line plays well, I definitely think that Matthew Stafford is going to be at his best. Everything is on these guys to protect him. Everything is on these guys to earn their money. Everything is on these guys to make it happen. If the Detroit Lions want to win the NFC North Championship, we have to be better offensively, and we have to put points on the board. You know, no more to just getting field goals all the time. We must score. We have big targets on our team, and we got to start hitting these targets. That's something that I see that we have to do. We have to utilize everybody to the full extent. So if you're a Detroit Lion fan, you know, be ready, man, because this can be a breakout season for Matthew Stafford. But everything is going to be on the offensive line. If the offensive line look good, then Matthew Stafford is going to look good, and he will have a breakout season. All right, you guys, this is TA. I'll be back to you soon with another video. I'm out of here. Peace.
I gave you my heart.